Greetings everyone. So as you can see here, this is my original Nintendo Switch from 2017. It's a really decent handheld console. It has two removable Joy-Cons on the side that you can detach and attach again. And honestly, it's a pretty good console from Nintendo, especially when you can be able to connect it to the dock to play it on the TV. And yes, it's especially a good piece of kit. But unfortunately, as the years start to go by, it started to get a little bit of wear and tear. As you can see, the fangirl is starting to come apart. And there's dust. And the Joy-Cons have become loose, as you can see. So, yeah. So I think it's about time for an upgrade. So, I actually decided in order to get this. This is the Nintendo Switch 2. It is the newest console from Nintendo. I got the bundle that includes Mario Kart World because, of course, I don't want to pay full price for Mario Kart. And as you can see, there's the contents inside of it. It has the tablet, the Joy-Cons, the cables, and all such. And this is a surprisingly little box. I'm surprised it's actually come in such a little box for such a new unique system. So let's go ahead and open this thing up and let's see what's inside. Ooh. So as you can see, we have the tablet device here. This is the Nintendo Switch 2 tablet. See, it has blue on the right and red on the left. Actually, it kind of reminds me of the colors of SingStar microphones. You know, like it has like one red one and one blue one. It actually kind of reminds me of that. So we've got the tablet device here. And of course we have the... Actually, sorry, I was wrong about that. The right one is the red one, and the left one is the blue one. So, this is the right Joy-Con. And this is the blue left Joy-Con, as you can see. So, honestly the Joy-Cons look pretty decent. There has like this black with coloured ends, and especially within the analog stick part. And it has bigger side buttons, so the original Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons have much smaller buttons, so I'm glad that they've maximized the buttons on that. And with these Joy-Cons, they also act as like a mouse, so yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. See what's underneath here. So I believe there's the instruction manual and the download code of the Mario Kart World. I won't show that, of course, because I will be redeeming that. So here we have the Joy-Con piece, the controller piece, as you can see. See, it has the red on the right and the blue on the left. So it's pretty much looks like the other Nintendo Switch controller edition, but they've flattened out these parts right here, probably maybe for better grip. I'll put that there. Let's see what else is in here. So we've got the power adapter with the USB-C. And we have the USB-C cords, the USB-C to USB-C. And of course we've got the new and improved Nintendo Switch dock, which has an included fan on the back, so that keeps the Nintendo Switch from keeping cool while it's in TV mode, so that's unique. And I believe there's a HDMI cord, maybe it's in here, so yeah. Alrighty then, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and put this together. Okay, now let's put this Nintendo Switch 2 together. As you can see, this is the Nintendo Switch 2 tablet with the red on the right and the blue on the left. So let's take the tablet out. Be careful with this. So this is the tablet device. As you can see, it has a much more crisper, cleaner screen than the original Nintendo Switch, as you can see here. It has like a... It has not much black and in the middle parts, and honestly like that it is more black on the front, so that it has for a much more vivid, crisper, cleaner gameplay. So that's pretty cool. So let's take out the Joy-Cons now. Oh. So I've got some dust on there already. I have to be very careful. Want to keep this as clean as possible. So there are the Joy-Cons right there. And let's compare them with the other Joy-Cons. Okay, so as you can see, here are the 4 Joy-Cons. These are the original Joy-Cons from my original Nintendo Switch. And these are the new and improved Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch 2, as you can see. Let me just get the red one, or the blue one. So, as you can see, the Joy-Con is much larger than the original one. And it has more of a black design than a blue design. And when you're playing with friends, the buttons actually are a bit larger than the little teeny tiny buttons. So it actually feels more comfortable with this one than it is with this one here than it is with this one, because the buttons are much larger, as you can see. I think there's a mouse adapter thing and the magnet. And here are the red ones. So this is the red one. As you can see, it's got the infrared sensor over here, which I don't really think that this new Nintendo Switch has it anymore. But I believe that you can still be able to use Nintendo Labo on this specific system, and you just have to use like these Joy-Cons, since they're the only ones that have the infrared sensor, I think. And this is the red right Joy-Con. And as you can see, it's got a new C button on it, which the original Nintendo Switch doesn't have. Still has the home button and the analog and the 4 place buttons and the plus and minus buttons, but what is so special about this one is this C here is actually for group chat. So yeah, that's a new unique feature with the Nintendo Switch 2. So let's put the Joy-Cons together. So as you can see, it's actually got a magnet in it. It's a pretty strong magnet. See, it's got this button on the Joy-Con here that when you press it, it becomes detached. I actually feel that this is more satisfying than sliding the Joy-Cons into the Nintendo Switch original console. Same one can also be done for this one. And here we have the Nintendo Switch 2. Here's me. So honestly, it's a pretty good, decent bit of kit, as you can see. I think it's much larger than the original Nintendo Switch. Let me just put the Joy-Cons back on the original one. Yeah, it's much larger. I'm not so sure if it's the same screen size. Oh, it's already getting dust on it. Oh, I'll sort it out later. And I also had some accessories for the Nintendo Switch. I have the charging grip, which actually charges your Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Cons. Also got the screen protector. And I got the deluxe case. Yes, this is the deluxe case. It holds heaps of game cartridges, the dock, the controllers and all sorts, and it's got this shoulder strap, so that's pretty cool. Alrighty then, so without any further ado, I forgot to mention another thing. As you can see on the back, it has a much larger stand. So that's much better to stand the console, and you can rotate it any way that you wish. So I'll just put it like that. Beautiful. And yes, it is miles better than this version, which only has this little flap here, and unfortunately it just does like that, and that's a bit of a bummer. So this one is significantly better, so let's turn this thing on. Oh wait, no, I have to turn it on from the top, my bad. There it is, the new Nintendo Switch 2 logo. Okay, so let's go for UK. We'll set up internet later on. Don't want to show that. Let's go for Auckland. Okay, it's 6th of the 5th, 2025. Oh, wait, 5th of the 6th, 2025. I'll connect it to the internet to do that. Okay, so let's begin the system transfer now. So this will require me to get my original Nintendo Switch that's already ready for here. Let's see, you can transfer data from a Nintendo Switch console to this console. Let's begin. Oh. Hang tight just for a quick moment. Okay, sorry about that. I had to enter my Wi-Fi password. So now we're on the next screen. So it says you can use your Nintendo Switch 2 console to play in a variety of play styles to suit when, where, and how you like to play. You can adjust the stand so you can see the screen from your preferred angle when playing in tabletop mode. Try adjusting the stand now. I've already done that. The AC adapter can be connected to the top of the console. Ah, that's actually true. As you can see, there's a new USB-C on the top of the new Nintendo Switch 2 when the original one doesn't have that. Yeah, it's nowhere to be seen. Detach the right Joy-Con from the console. Okay. detach the left one. Select next with the detached Joy-Con controllers. You can play with the console connected to a TV. Do you want to connect it now? Nah, I'll do that later. You can use the accessories that came with the console. Yep. Switch between play styles, whatever you want. Okay, so I guess I'm going to have to wait until this update is complete and I'll be right back. Alrighty then, now that I've connected the internet and the system has been updated, we can now begin the transfer. I'll skip that. I'll buy the SD card later on. Ooh, need to sign in first. I'll be back. Okay, that should be the last of the sign-ins. So, it says move this console and the source Nintendo Switch console close together to receive the data. So I'm thinking we need to connect both the Nintendo Switch towards the Nintendo Switch 2. Let's get that cord out. Just so I'm gonna untangle this. Connect to the top. And then I think we need to connect it to the bottom of the original Nintendo Switch. How do I do this? Is this supposed to do it automatically, or... In order to receive data, you need to sign in with the thing. Well, I've connected it, so what now? What do I do? Is there a setting to transfer, or... Data management, how do I do this? Hold on just for a second, let me look up. Okay, figured it out. It meant that it needs to be charged in order to transfer, not to connect both the USB-C cords together. So, let's see. Move both of the consoles together. Select system. System transfer to the Nintendo Switch 2. Next. Okay. Done. Okay, so it's gonna... Save data for following software will be transferred and will be removed from this console. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. I have to keep both systems charged? Okay, hold on. Okay, looks like we're all good to go. So let's start receiving the data. Alright, I shall return once it's finished. Alright, the transfer is complete. As you can see, it's taken all the games out of my Nintendo Switch library, and I believe they're now stored onto they're starting to install on this Switch 2 console so I could start using it. So, and I could also be able to use Nintendo Switch cartridges into the Nintendo Switch 2 as well. So I'll be putting Mario Kart and Animal Crossing into there. The next screenshots will be imported from the microcard used. Okay. I'll do that later. Yeah, I'll do that later. So I actually changed my mind and actually wanted to transfer all the photos and videos into this console here. So I inserted the old SD card into it and transferred all the files. So let's see. Setup complete. You can now press the home button. Nice little intro. As you can see, I've got Burnout Paradise and all the other games that are going to be installed. Animal Crossing, got to insert the card. Pinball FX, YouTube, WRC, Bolitro. All my old Nintendo Switch games are getting re-downloaded, but luckily I've got unlimited internet, so I don't need to worry about the crappy 40 gigabyte limit on the apartment, because I hated that. So, yes, this is the new Nintendo Switch 2, and as you can see, this is the home screen. And it's got all the games installing, so it's going to take a little while. Got the new Groom Chat. The group chat is a new feature to Nintendo Switch where you can be able to communicate with friends. It says here, the welcome offer is it can be used for free until the end of March 2026, but afterwards you will need a paid online membership. Yeah, I think I'm most likely gonna have to get a new subscription soon. Blah blah blah. Yes. Oh, I have to have the Nintendo Switch online. I'll have to do that later. So yes, it's a pretty unique console itself, and yeah, I'm really excited to start using this as soon as possible. As soon as all the games have been installed onto it, and yeah, that's pretty much about it. And yeah. Thank you very so much for watching this Nintendo Switch 2 unboxing, and I'll see you later. Bye.